Welcome to Comfort Matters, everyone. We're here to make your home life comfier. And what's comfier than, well, a good air conditioner?
Especially with summer coming up.
Right. And you guys sent in a ton of questions about picking the right AC.
Yeah, it can get confusing with all those brands and models.
Luckily, we have HvacRepairGuy's brand ratings to help us out. It's like having a pro walk you through the whole thing.
Definitely. His color-coded star rating system, super easy to understand.
Exactly. So we're going to dive deep into those ratings and see what they really mean for you, the homeowner. Let's start with some brands that popped out to me. Amana, for instance, they got a perfect 5 stars.
Amana is really interesting because they do well across the board. Basic, premium, even ultimate models. They're made in the USA by Daikin, who has a great reputation.
Okay, so good reputation, top ratings. What about their warranty?
Another strong point. A good warranty is a sure sign a company believes in their product.
Makes sense. What else should we look at in the review?
Well, their ultimate model, the ASX V9,
Catchy name.
it gets a SEER rating of 23.5. That's the seasonal energy efficiency ratio, basically. The higher the number, the less energy you use and the less you spend on your bills.
And who doesn't want lower bills? More money for, I don't know, comfy furniture.
Exactly.
But what if you're more worried about, say, noise? Some AC units are super loud.
Right. That's where features like variable speed compressors and fans come in.
What do those do?
Imagine a dimmer switch for your AC. Instead of just on or off, it can fine-tune its output. That means quieter operation, plus it keeps your temperature more consistent.
So less of that annoying cycling on and off.
Yep. And Amana includes those in their higher-end models.
Makes sense. So it's not just about the stars, but the features behind the rating.
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at another 5-star brand, Daikin.
Daikin's a big player globally, known for innovation. They really focus on protecting the condenser coil with these louvered panels.
What's so special about those?
Think of them as a shield for the coil, which is vital for heat exchange. If it gets damaged, your unit won't last as long.
Makes sense. So Daikin is known for quality, cool features. Are there any other brands that prioritize that kind of durability?
Absolutely. We can't forget Everest Elite Series, another 5-star brand. They've also got those louvered panels for coil protection and the warranty. Oh, man, it's fantastic. It even includes a complete unit replacement if the compressor fails.
Whoa, a lifetime compressor warranty.
You got it.
That's impressive. They must be super confident in their product.
Right. And it's not just the warranty. They've got those Comfort Alert onboard diagnostics, too. It's like an early warning system for any issues.
So they're covering all the bases. Huh?
Yeah.
Durability, efficiency, even helping you avoid problems. Okay, now for something a bit different, HVAC Repair Guy gave Arius and Airflow, both owned by Lennox International, just 1 star. Why the huge difference?
It's a good example of how, even under the same company, quality can vary a lot. The big takeaway here is that Arias and Airflow don't have the same comprehensive warranties as the top brands.
So they might be cheaper up front, but...
But you could end up paying more in the long run if something goes wrong, especially because they don't cover that total unit replacement for compressor failure.
Okay, so maybe not the best bargain after all. What about Lennox itself? It also got only 1 star. I thought they had some pretty neat features, like that special aluminum alloy supposed to be super resistant to corrosion, right?
Yeah, they definitely have some innovative stuff, but there are drawbacks too, according to HVA Repair Guy. Lennox's basic models tend to be loud. And their top models, even with all the fancy tech, don't have the same warranty protection as the competition.
So even with cool features, you've got to consider noise and the warranty. It's all about balance, right?
Absolutely. And that's why we're doing this deep dive to help you figure out what's actually important to you.
Okay, let's talk about another familiar name, Bryant. They got 3 stars, and I noticed they have this Aero Quiet system on their top model. Seems like a lot of brands are trying to make quieter ACs.
It makes sense, right? Have you ever heard an AC unit that sounds like a jet engine?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's not just annoying, it can really mess with your sleep. So Bryant's trying to fix that with their Aero Quiet system. But is that enough to make them a top pick?
Well, while their noise reduction is good, HVAC Repair Guy points out that their warranty on some models isn't as strong as others. So you might get quiet, but
maybe not the best peace of mind.
Exactly. It's always about those trade-offs.
Okay, last one for this batch, Carrier. They're a big name, but only 1 star. What's the deal with that?
Carrier is definitely well known, but there are some potential issues. Their basic models can be pretty noisy, and the warranty, especially for the compressor, isn't as strong as some others.
So even with a big name like Carrier, you can't just assume it's the best. You really have to do your homework.
You got it. Check the specifics, the models, the warranty, how it actually performs. Don't just go by the name.
So far, we've seen some big names with some mixed results. I'm definitely starting to see why it's important to read beyond those star ratings.
Yeah.
What other brands should we check out?
Oh, yeah. There are tons more. Champion, for example. They got 4 stars. They've got this thing called a whisper drive system. It's supposed to make it super quiet.
It seems like quiet operation is a big deal for a lot of these companies.
Yeah, it's definitely a trend we're seeing. But even with whisper drive, HvacRepairGuy says Champion's basic models can still be kind of loud. So how much can we really trust those fancy names, right?
It's like those low-fat snacks that are loaded with sugar. You got to read the fine print.
Exactly. Look at the decibel ratings. That'll tell you how loud it really is.
Good point. So maybe Champion's worth it for their higher-end models then. What about Coleman? They get 4 stars too.
Coleman's a cool one. They're really big on sustainability. Even their basic models can use R454B refrigerant. It's much better for the environment than that old R410A stuff.
Oh, that's awesome. I know a lot of people are looking for eco-friendly options. Are more brands starting to do that?
Definitely. Goodman's another one. They got 4 stars, and they use R32 refrigerant, also known for its lower global warming potential.
Goodman. That name sounds familiar.
They're actually part of Daikin Global, just like Amada.
Ah, okay. It seems like Daikin's doing a lot of good stuff in the industry.
For sure. They're really focused on both quality and sustainability.
So Coleman and Goodman are leading the way for eco-friendly ACs. Any other brands we should know about in that category?
There are definitely others starting to use those better refrigerants, but those 2 are definitely the ones to watch.
Gotcha. Okay, let's talk about Comfort Air. They only got 1 star. What's the story there?
Comfort Air is one of those brands that's probably more budget-friendly, but you might have to compromise on some things. HvacRepairGuy mentions their warranty isn't as strong as those higher-rated brands.
So maybe more risk involved.
Potentially. It's always good to remember those warranties are there for a reason.
Okay, what about Comfort Maker? They landed a 3-star rating. Anything special about them?
Comfort Maker actually has this model in their ultimate category, the C5A1V. It has 5 stages of compressor operation, plus a variable speed fan.
5 stages.
Yeah. Remember we talked about those dimmer switch benefits? This takes it to another level. Even more fine-tuning, even quieter, even more efficient.
Wow, that's pretty high-tech. Are there any other brands doing that 5-stage thing?
Yeah, actually. Highland Keep Right, both 3 stars, have models with 5-stage compressors and variable speed fans, too.
Interesting. It seems like all this fancy technology is becoming more accessible.
Yeah, like anything else, right? What was top of the line a few years ago is now becoming more common.
Makes sense. Okay, what about Concord? 1-star rating. Why so low?
The main thing with Concord is they don't have any premium or ultimate models. Looks like they're just focusing on that entry-level market where price is everything.
So maybe good if you're on a tight budget, but
probably not the best if you want all those bells and whistles.
Right. Okay, how about Continental? Also 1 star. Anything interesting about them?
Continental's actually made in Canada, which is different from most of the brands we've talked about.
Oh, interesting. I didn't realize that. What else is different about them?
They use all aluminum coils, which means no refrigerant leaks from corrosion. That's a huge plus, especially if you live somewhere humid or near the coast.
So, super durable, made in Canada, but still only 1 star. What's the catch?
The warranty, it doesn't cover unit replacement if the compressor fails.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big risk.
Oof, yeah, that is a big one. Okay, what about Direct Comfort? They got 4 stars, and they sell directly to consumers. You can install it yourself. That's pretty different.
Yeah, they're definitely for the DIY crowd. If you're comfortable tackling that kind of project, you can save a lot on installation costs.
I got to admit, installing an AC unit seems a bit more complicated than putting together a boil shelf. What kind of skills would you need for that?
You'd need to know a good bit about HVAC systems, for sure. Electrical wiring, refrigerant lines, maybe even some duct work. It's not a beginner project.
So maybe not for everyone, but a good option for those confident DIYers out there. Okay, let's look at Duquesne, another 1-star brand. What happened there?
Same story as some of the others, the warranty. HvacRepairGuy specifically says it doesn't cover total unit replacement for compressor failure. We're seeing a pattern here.
It seems like that full warranty coverage is a big deal when it comes to those top ratings.
It definitely makes a difference.
Okay, what about Energy Air Systems? They got 4 stars. Anything special about them?
They have this really cool feature called Comfort Alert Onboard Diagnostics. It's like a built-in mechanic for your AC.
Oh, how does that work?
It basically monitors the system and alerts you if there's a problem before it becomes a huge issue.
So you can catch those problems early on.
Exactly. It can save you a ton of money on repairs and help your unit last longer.
That's awesome. Are other brands doing that too?
Yep. Remember Everest Elite series? They had Comfort Alert too. It seems like those proactive maintenance features are getting more and more popular.
Okay, good to know. Let's talk about Evcon. 1-star rating. What's going on there?
HvacRepairGuy calls Evcon a builder-grade air conditioner. Basically, that means it's more about the low price than anything else.
So maybe not the best in terms of quality or features.
Right, you might see them a lot in new construction because they're cheaper, but they're probably not the best choice if you want something that'll last.
Okay, makes sense. What about Everest Extreme Comfort? 5 stars, just like their Elite series. Are these models similar?
Very similar. They both have that great warranty, the louvered coil guards, the Comfort Alert diagnostics.
It seems like Everest is all about giving you peace of mind.
Yeah, for sure.
What about Franklin? 4 stars. Anything notable about them?
Franklin's another one made by Daikin, so they have that same great quality and technology. They're really focused on being both efficient and quiet. Their premium model, the GSXC7, has a 2-speed condenser fan and a 2-stage compressor.
So they're trying to be quiet and save you money on energy. Not bad.
Not bad at all.
What about Fraser Johnston? They also got 4 stars. Anything interesting about them?
Fraser Johnston's made by Unitary Products Group, a Johnson Controls company. And like Coleman, they have models with that charge view display.
Right. The one that shows the system pressure without needing those external gauges.
Yep, that's the one. It's super helpful during installation. Make sure everything's charged up correctly.
Okay, cool. Let's move on to Friedrich. They got 3 stars. What's their story?
Friedrich's all about balancing how it looks with how long it lasts. Powder-coated paint, rust-resistant screws. They want their units to stay looking good for a long time.
Yeah, it's like you don't want your AC unit to be an eyesore, right?
Exactly. They're thinking about both form and function.
Okay, what about Frigidaire? Another 3-star brand.
Yeah.
Anything noteworthy there?
Frigidaire is a big name, right? Their AC units are actually made in Mexico by Nordyne, which is part of Rheem Manufacturing. They seem to be focused on making them durable and quiet. They use louvered panels for coil protection, and even their basic models have this Quiet Plus sound package.
So they're addressing those big concerns, durability and noise. But I noticed they don't have an ultimate model. That seems strange for a big brand like Frigidaire.
Yeah, it's a little surprising. Maybe they're just focusing on that middle ground, good performance and features, but not necessarily the top-of-the-line stuff.
Okay, that makes sense. What about Fujitsu? Also made in Mexico by Rheem. 3 stars? What sets them apart?
Fujitsu's big on durability. They use louvered panels too, but they're also really good about giving you access to technical information. They even put QR codes on their units.
UR codes
Yeah.
on AC unit.
Yeah. You scan it with your phone, and it takes you straight to all the technical data. Super helpful for troubleshooting, or if you need to do any maintenance.
That's actually really smart. No more digging through manuals.
Exactly.
But just like Frigidaire, they don't have a premium model. It seems like Rheem's being strategic about where these brands fit in the market.
Yeah, it could be.
Okay, let's talk about another big name. GE. Only 1 star. What happened there?
GE is definitely a familiar name, but they're not doing so well with ACs. HvacRepairGuy says their basic models are pretty noisy, even though they have decent SEER ratings, and the warranty, even for the ultimate models, isn't as good as some of the other brands.
So even with a brand you think you know, you got to do your research.
For sure, don't just assume it's good because of the name.
Okay, what about Gibson? Another 1-star brand. What landed them at the bottom?
HvacRepairGuy says Gibson makes basic builder-grade units. Sounds like they're mostly for new construction where the budget is super tight. One thing he mentions is they use a wire grill to protect the condenser coil. Not as good as those louvered panels.
Ah, so they're cutting corners to keep the price down?
Probably, yeah.
Okay, let's go back to Goodman for a second. They got 4 stars. Right. What else should we know about them?
We talked about their eco-friendly refrigerants, but they also have a really great ultimate model. The GSXV9. Variable speed technology, 22.5 SEER rating, and it's about as loud as a normal conversation.
So they're efficient, quiet, and packed with features. Sounds like a winner.
Definitely a strong contender.
What about Grandair? They only got 1 star. What are the downsides there?
2 main things, according to HvacRepairGuy. Not many dealers, and they're pretty noisy. So if you want lots of service options, or if you hate noise, Grandair's probably not the one for you.
So even if the unit itself is decent, those other factors can be deal breakers.
Exactly.
Okay, how about Guardian, another one-star brand? What should we know about them?
Guardian's another one of those builder-grade brands. Often chosen for new construction because they're cheap, HVAC Repair Guy mentions they use slotted panel construction, which isn't as good as louvered panels for protecting the coil.
So another instance of maybe sacrificing quality for a lower price.
Looks like it.
Okay, let's move on to Heil. We talked about them a little earlier, right? 3-star rating.
Yeah, we mentioned their models with the 5-stage compressors and variable speed fans, but their ultimate model, the H5A1V, also has the Smart Sense technology.
What does that do?
It's pretty cool. It basically lets the system adjust to the weather outside, so it's always optimizing performance and keeping you comfy.
Wow, it's like a smart AC?
Pretty much.
Okay, how about Keep Right? They also got 3 stars, right?
Yep. They're a lot like Heil, focused on quiet and efficient operation. Their ultimate model, the C5A1V, has those 5-stage compressors and variable speed fans, too.
It seems like those features are becoming pretty standard for the higher-end models.
Yeah, you're right. It's good to see those advancements becoming more widespread.
Absolutely. Okay, let's revisit Lennox. They only got 1 star, remember?
Yeah, we talked about their downsides before. Noisy, basic models, not so great warranty on the higher-end ones. It just goes to show that even big brands can have weaknesses.
It's true. You really got to do your research, no matter the brand.
Yeah.
Okay, what about Liberty? 5 stars. They sound promising.
Liberty's a great one. American made by Daikin, models in all 3 categories. High quality, good performance, amazing warranty. But here's the kicker. Their premium model, the ASX C7, comes with a lifetime unit replacement guarantee if the compressor fails.
A lifetime warranty?
Yep.
Seriously?
Yep.
Wow. They must really believe in their product.
They definitely do.
Okay, what about Luxair? They got 4 stars.
Luxair seems to be focused on quiet operation, cool features, and a good warranty. They have this silent drive system in their Acclimate series, keeps things nice and quiet. And their ultimate models, the AL21 series, have variable speed technology and that charge view display we talked about.
So they're hitting all the marks, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. It's interesting how some of these innovations like variable speed and that charge view display are becoming more common across different brands.
Yeah, it's like they're raising the bar for the whole industry.
Definitely.
Okay, let's talk about Mainline. 1-star rating. What are the downsides?
Mainline's warranty doesn't cover full unit replacement for compressor failure, and their basic models are, well, not very pretty. So you might be sacrificing peace of mind and curb appeal.
Not a good combo.
Not ideal. Okay, what about Maytag? Another familiar name. They got 4 stars. What makes them stand out?
Maytag's made in Mexico by Nordyne, another Rheem company. They seem to be focusing on durability, quiet operation, and a strong warranty. Levered panels, quiet plus sound package, and a solid warranty.
So they're checking all the boxes. What about Mr. Cool? They only got 1 star. What went wrong there?
Unfortunately, Mr. Cool isn't so cool when it comes to warranty in the environment. They don't cover unit replacement for compressor failure, and they use R410A refrigerant. Remember, that's the one that's not so good for the planet.
Ah, so they're missing out on 2 big things there.
Yep.
Okay, what about Napoleon? Another 1-star brand.
Napoleon's all about being quiet and durable.
Yeah.
They use all aluminum coils, so no refrigerant leaks from corrosion. But like some of the others, their warranty doesn't cover unit replacement for compressor failure. So good features, but that warranty issue is a deal breaker.
It's definitely something to think about.
Okay, let's talk about Oxbox, another 1-star brand. What are the downsides?
HVAC Repair Guy calls Oxbox builder grade and says they're pretty loud. They also use slotted construction for their metal jackets, which isn't as good as those louvered panels for protecting the coil.
So not very durable, not very quiet, not very good overall.
Sounds like it.
Okay, how about Payne? Another 1-star. What landed them at the bottom?
Payne uses a wire grill for coil protection, which isn't great, and they're pretty loud, so they're not winning any awards for durability or noise reduction.
Okay, let's move on to Rheem. 3 stars. What should we know about them?
Rheem has a ton of different models, but their warranty isn't as good as some of the other brands. HVAC Repair Guy also says their model names can be confusing, makes it hard to figure out which one you need.
So maybe a decent brand, but not the easiest to shop for.
Yeah, it sounds like it could be a headache.
What about Royalton? They got 1 star. What are their weaknesses?
The warranty on their compressor isn't great, and they still use R410A refrigerant. Remember, that's the one that's being phased out because it's not good for the environment.
So 2 strikes against them right there.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, let's talk about RunTrue, another 1-star brand. What should we know about them?
Run-True's another builder-grade brand, according to HvacRepairGuy. Kind of loud, not a great warranty. It seems like we're seeing a pattern here with these one-star brands.
Yeah, it's like they're all about the low price, but not much else.
It definitely seems that way.
Okay, what about Russell? 3 stars. Anything stand out about them?
Their ultimate models have all the fancy stuff, variable speed fan, advanced diagnostics, but they only get a 17 ECR rating. Not as efficient as some of the others.
So you might be trading off energy efficiency for those other features.
Exactly. It's always about finding that balance.
Okay, how about Rude? Another 3-star brand.
Rude's a lot like Rheem. Lots of models, not the best warranty. And those model names can be confusing. Makes it hard to compare them to other brands.
So another brand that might be good, but a pain to actually shop for.
Sounds like it.
Okay, what about Sure Comfort? 3 stars. Strengths and weaknesses.
Sure. Comfort's ultimate models have variable speed fans, advanced diagnostics, all that good stuff. But they can be pretty loud.
So another trade-off. Quiet operation versus cool features.
Pretty much.
Okay, let's talk about Tempstar. 3 stars. Anything notable there?
Tempstar's ultimate model, the T5A1V, has those 5-stage compressors and a variable speed fan, so very quiet and efficient. But the warranty isn't as good as some of the others.
So, good performance, but maybe not the best peace of mind.
That's a good way to put it.
Okay, what about Thermal Zone? 1-star rating. What went wrong?
Builder grade, not very pretty and super noisy. They don't have any sound dampening features at all.
Oh, that sounds rough.
Not a good choice for those who value peace and quiet.
Definitely not. Okay, let's talk about Train. 3 stars. What should we know about them?
Train uses all aluminum coils, which is great for durability. But those specific coils can be a pain to clean. If you don't keep up with maintenance, they won't work as well.
Ah, so another trade-off. Durable, but maybe high maintenance.
Exactly. Something to think about.
Okay, what about Weather King? They also got 3 stars. What are their strengths and weaknesses?
Weather King's warranty is pretty minimal, and their basic models are, you guessed it, builder grade and not very attractive.
Sounds like a broken record at this point.
I know, right? Another case of price over quality.
Okay, what about Weathermaker? Another 3-star brand. Anything interesting about them?
Weathermaker's also builder grade. Their warranty isn't great, and they use R410A refrigerant. Remember, that's the one that's bad for the environment.
So not the best choice for eco-conscious homeowners.
Definitely not.
Okay, what about Winchester? 1-star rating. What are their drawbacks?
Winchester uses slotted panel construction, which isn't as good as louvered panels for protecting the coil, and they use R410A too. Not great for durability or the planet.
Okay, so 2 strikes against them. Let's wrap things up with York. They got 4 stars. What makes them stand out?
York uses slotted metal panels, which aren't the best, but their Affinity Series YXT models are packed with features that make them super quiet. Swept wing fan blade, composite base pan, compressor blanket, 2-speed compressor operation. They're really trying to eliminate noise.
So good for people who want a peaceful home. What about their warranty?
Their YZV models, those are the ultimate ones, have a decent warranty, but it doesn't cover full unit replacement for compressor failure.
Ah, so another trade-off.
It seems like there's always a trade-off.
Well, we've covered a lot of brands today. It's amazing how much variety there is, even between brands owned by the same company.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
What's the biggest thing you hope people take away from this whole deep dive?
I think the most important thing is that there's no best AC brand for everyone. It all depends on what's important to you. Energy efficiency, quiet operation, a great warranty. Once you know what you're looking for, then you can start comparing brands and models.
Makes sense. It's not about just picking the cheapest one or the brand you recognize.
Exactly. It's about making an informed decision that will keep you comfortable for years to come. And that's where resources like HvacRepairGuy's ratings are so helpful.
For sure. They make it so much easier to compare all these different brands and models.
Exactly.
So, what advice would you give someone who's feeling overwhelmed by all this information? Where should they start?
Honestly, I'd say head over to YouTube and search for HvacRepairGuy's channel. He's got a ton of videos explaining everything about AC units, like really breaking it down so anyone can understand.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I like how you said it's like having a virtual HVAC expert.
Right. And then there's his Amazon shop. He lists all the tools and products he recommends so you don't have to waste time searching for stuff online.
So it's like a one-stop shop for everything you need.
Exactly.
That's super helpful. Well, this has been a really informative deep dive into AC brands. Thanks so much for walking us through all of it.
My pleasure. Hopefully everyone's feeling a little more confident about choosing an AC now.
Yeah, definitely. And for all of our listeners out there, don't forget to subscribe to the Comfort Matters podcast for more deep dives into all sorts of things that'll make your home life more comfortable.
We'll be covering everything from heating and cooling to plumbing and appliances. We even plan on talking about home automation in the future.
That's right. We've got a lot of great stuff coming up. So until next time, stay cool and comfortable, everyone.
And remember, comfort matters.